met a gypsy.
I do believe that they talk about that it's going to expand into mainstream.
I think it will too.
Brands and outside industry being involved, but that's their. Well, that's one of their main drivers, right? When they talk about it.
Yeah, and then sorry, you go.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing there is I still believe there has to be, for at least the short-term future, there has to be some brand involvement there. And I don't see...
By what do you mean by
motorcycle brand involvement.
All right, so let me throw this at you then. You're Barsha, right? Doing pretty good. You're a podium guy. What's to say you don't just do a Cameron Smith and you go to SX Global and you go like, look, I'll come here for 3 years. I want $3 million to come here for 3 years. And then if I win the championship and it's like a whatever bonus, like take that off my I'll earn that $3 million through, the thing. But give me a guarantee. So if Barsha, let's say like, he has a bad season and then gas in America because they're just like so focused on winning these championships. They've got to get the next guy that can like win a championship. So then, as soon as his neck's on the chopping block, you just go over there. You've still got a guy that's like a massive name that is going to draw those like endemic fans, can put on an amazing show for you. And then you're just giving a guy like him a second, you know what I mean? Like a little bit of wind at the end of his career. Ken Roczen, you've got Jet Lawrence coming up next year that's going to take your spot. Fuck, I'm going to SX Global and I'm not going to do the outdoor season. I'm not going to put my body through 17 races. He's already struggling at times with his health. And it's like, you can't be doing, when you're a rider like Ken Roczen and you're going from November to November and then you have no off season, you go from November, like, no, they're all over it. Like all those guys are over it. It ain't going to take much, man. Honestly, it ain't going to take much.
I think the problem is, though, not the problem, but it is the fact that next year, because, a lot of them are bound by contracts already, that was going to be...
the year for them to,
Now they're locked into that Super Duper series.
I wonder
for
how
2022.
many... But see, I wonder what's going to happen with that, right? Because if you signed a deal... and your deal goes into 2023 and they've just added races to your deal on like all these different dates. Like, I mean, I wonder if there's some stuff like there's some lawyering that can take place. Like, I'm sure there's ways around this shit, and I'm sure that you're going to see some guys that want.
I don't know. I think you're going to, that's a lot for a lot of those riders. They're safe. Like that's a safe place for them to be. I think until that extra component came along, I think there was the ability to then say, right, I'm interested. Like, how can we make this work?
Yeah.
But now when that component's added in, unless they can completely get away from the fact that they need to race and that due to contractual obligations, they're pretty well locked into that because that's who they race for. And that's what that team is obligated to race for that year, that calendar year.
Yeah. But I just wonder if guys are just going to structure their deals differently, and if guys are going to. I
think they would have if that hadn't. But that now is just.
Maybe there's now. You could have to say, like, I don't know if this contract fucking holds up now. Like, you've added these races. Right. There's all this different stuff going on. Like, I don't know. But yeah, it's. I think that the biggest takeaway is that the market value is now being set. And I really just think that the riders need to act like their market value, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're right. For so long, the riders have not had their say in it. And, I mean, I think, too, a lot of it is going to go off the success of these events this year. And I think that if these events look and feel like the way that they've always felt.
But we know, I was just going to say,
we know. Yeah. We know. But who else knows? For me to be fielding the phone calls that I was fielding.
Chad knows, Ando knows, RC
Cooper
knows,
Villo knows.
Yeah, like they're heavy hitters. Yeah. They know. Yeah. All right, I'm going to have to.
One more.
Wait, yeah.
Well, no, you go.
Well, by the time this comes out, will know the answer to this, but someone rode at at Star this week.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is?
Nah, because I text Papa. And
Did you get an answer?
he didn't know. He said he didn't know.
Well, apparently someone rode there this week.
Apparently it's Roczen, if you believe the internet.
I reckon there's 3 options.
All right, what are you thinking?
Dungy,
Oh!
Cooper,
Oh!
Cooper,
Webb.
yeah,
Okay.
or Roczen.
I think Roxon's your least likely candidate.
I believe the most likely candidate's Cooper.
I believe
He's
that's
off contract at the end of next year. Eli's finished at the end of next Supercross season.
Does Cooper want to do motocross?
Well,
Probably not.
I believe now, you see the fact that Eli's on a Supercross only deal.
Yeah.
And that there's a new bike that's just appeared. I believe that's the most likely.
And it looks like
candidate.
a KTM.
Yeah,
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.